Hey, what's up? Familiar faces, yeah.
Feel like a high school reunion, coming back here.
A little bit. And being on 8 teams, this has happened more than once to me where I've got to go back. But this one, having played here the last 2 years and just the irony of being here and being able to practice this year with them, I got to see, I think, a lot of the guys, but, still some people I can't wait to say hi to, and maybe even a couple of you, maybe. But, yeah, it's a great place. This is a great place to raise a family. This is a great building here. It's a great organization, and a lot of smiles and coming back for sure.
It looked like you and James maybe had a moment after practice today.
Yeah, I mean we're friends, so it was good to just catch up with him for a little bit, and I got to introduce him to little Jake, my 7th little baby, and now a lot of conversation about kids and how everything's going with him, and but yeah, there's a lot of guys on this team that I have special relationships with, and he's certainly one of them.
Did you have a moment in practice against any of the defenders where felt like you got an upper hand or they did something was said?
I felt like Bo Allen gave me a little butt slap on one of them, and we've got a red jersey on. You're not supposed to touch the quarterback, but I felt like he got a little handsy with me. But yeah, you know what, guys, friendly banter back and forth, pretty much. But good to see everybody.
Josh Rosen was just in here. He was talking about how generous you've been in terms of kind of mentoring him, taking him under your wing. And the coach was talking a little bit about the importance of leadership on this team. Given the wisdom you have and the wealth of your experience, how's that experience been for you to be a leader on the team?
Well, I enjoy that role, and I think just the position of quarterback in general, that is a leadership position on the team. Guys are looking for you from something as little as the play call, something as little as demeanor in and out of the huddle, bad plays looking at you to see how you're going to react, good plays looking at you to see how you're going to react. So all that stuff goes into it. But I just really enjoy playing football. I like being out here, and that's why I still do it. I definitely last year, at the beginning of the year was great. It was so much fun to be out there, and be in rooms like this in this building. But this year's more of the same. It's different faces and different guys, but again, building relationships and everybody working towards a common goal. And that's one of those things that I love about football, and we're trying to build in Miami.
It seems like Josh mentioned that you've been extremely selfless with them. It seems like human nature in a competition to sort of be self-interest rooted. Is it natural for you to help when someone that?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, again, I'm focused on making sure that whether it's the way that I'm working before, in, or after practice, or when we're watching film, like I'm focused on being the best quarterback that I can be, but certainly very open to questions. I always try to throw my 2 cents in, whether they want to hear it or not. But I just think in playing this game for as long as I have, there are so many good things that have happened, and there are also scars that develop of mistakes that you've made that you don't want other people to make. And so I just try to share all those experiences with them, and they've been real good too in terms of being receptive and asking questions. And I'm an open book. I'm here to compete and play football and have fun, and go from there.
Ryan, how different is practice when you're going against another team?
Sorry. I think it's great. I really do. I like the joint practices because you start going against your defense and that particular scheme, and you get locked into certain looks, and then all of a sudden you go to a preseason game, and guys, you're not preparing real well because you're still locked in training camp, and guys' heads start spinning a little bit. So to be able to get out here, get a few practices in, especially against a Todd Bowles defense, it gives you a lot of different looks. We're going to have plenty of things to sit and talk about tonight and for the next few days, but he really challenges you as an offense, and so this is a great opportunity for us. And even just one-on-ones with different defensive backs, and putting our backs blocking linebackers or running routes, our tight ends with safety, same thing. I mean, it's just different people, and I think it brings a little bit more energy to training camp because you kind of you hit that lull where you've been practicing for a while against the same guys doing the same thing, and this adds some energy to it.
Having said that, what did you gain from your group, especially up front, going against another team?
Well, so again, we'll go back, and there's a lot of stuff we'll be able to talk about in terms of, the true scheme and what we're doing, and things that are good and bad, and how we can make it better. So that's going to be good for us. But also just facing guys that play a little bit different. Their techniques are a little bit different. Their run fits are a little bit different. All that stuff happens every week throughout the season. So it's nice for it to happen in a practice setting where, maybe the stakes aren't as high, and you can learn from some of the mistakes.
Some of this personnel already. What jumps out at you now that you're seeing them in a Todd Bowles defense?
The Tampa's defense. Well, I'll just say that I have a ton of respect for Todd, and having played for him in New York for 2 years, and I think the mentality that he has, how aggressive he is, how confident he is in what he's calling, that really shows on the field with his players. And that's such an important thing, especially defensively, to have that mentality and that attitude. And that was something when he was a head coach that trickled down to all of us, just how confident he was in what he did and how he relied on his players and wasn't afraid to be aggressive. That stuff sends a good message throughout the locker room, and that's one that I think everybody that plays for him hears loud and clear.
Ryan, Bruce Arians said that he didn't want Jameis Winston looking over his shoulder this year. In a weird way, did you play so well that maybe that was a factor? I know you have a great opportunity in Miami and you made that decision, but did the Bucs even contact you? And what was that dynamic like, after Jameis came back, that, because you'd been so successful, do you feel like maybe he was kind of trying to match what you did?
I think it was last year was a difficult situation for a lot of different reasons, but I look at the way he played down the stretch, and he played some really good football. I know that he grew as a football player last year, and the way that he was playing, and I think I had an opportunity to come to Miami and to compete for the job, and for me, at least, football is a lot more fun when I'm out there playing. So, and having the opportunity to go to Miami and compete, that's why I decided to do what I did. But, I'm excited to see Jameis in this offense, just to see him, a year older, a year further in his progression as a quarterback, because the sky is the limit for him, obviously.
Just a couple more guys.
It seems like Josh Rosen is making progress and kind of closing the gap on the starting job, if I can use that term. Do you feel that way? And if so, where has Josh improved, and why has he closed the gap if he has?
I'm the same guy every day, whether it's meeting rooms or practice field or on the game field. I think I'm going to try to bring steadiness. I'm going to try to bring excitement, all that stuff. But for me, in a competition, instead of focusing on everything that you can't control, you focus on what you can, and what I can control is me. So that's how I look at these things. 'Cause I know what I'm capable of when I perform at a high level, and so being able to reach that and consistently do that is something that I'll just continue to strive for. But I think as a whole, when you bring in a new coaching staff and a new system, everybody's learning and trying to get on the same page and get up to speed. And this is about the time after all the off-season stuff and now into training camp where stuff starts to gel a little bit better and people start to come together and start to see a little more continuity. So I think we're seeing that a little bit with everybody.
I'm not sure if you could put a percentage on it, but how much of the quarterback job do you feel is the intangibles, communication, leadership, body language versus the on-field performance? If being a quarterback was all based on, height, weight, speed, arm talent, then I wouldn't be in the NFL. So I have to answer that question by saying the intangibles are very important, because that's why I'm standing up here in front of you. But there are so many things that go into being a successful quarterback and playing the position the right way, and that's what I strive to do every day.